Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a Etsy shop video of a couple of new things that I am putting into my shop. And I actually have two Etsy shops. My first one is for handmade cards and handmade junk journals, along with a few D-stash items too. And then the most recent Etsy shop I opened was for vintage items. Over the past year or so, I've been really getting into making junk journals, and I've really been enjoying it, and I've enjoyed kind of going through the process of finding products to put in the journals, vintage ephemera, vintage books, and that kind of thing. And over time, I've accumulated quite a bit of ephemera and different things, and I thought it would be kind of fun to put together some packages of junk journal ephemera so that somebody who maybe has like the basic foundation for a junk journal and just wants a few things to add to it to kind of like put it all together, they can purchase this little pack and kind of have a jumping off point. So I just thought it would be fun to kind of try it out. I'm trying out a kind of a garden, like a bright, cheerful garden theme, and I'm going to see how that works and if people like that. And then if they do, I might go on and just do different themes. Just kind of see where it goes depending on the types of extra products I have. But for today's video, I'm going to show these are two packs, and they're basically the same thing, but there's a few different things in each of them. So I figured I'd just show them both. So when you go to my shop and go to choose, you can see the difference between the two. And maybe there's a book page you like better than on one and then you do on the other. So I'll just show you both so you can kind of see what you're getting. But they all have the basic kind of the same makeup and the same color scheme. So this one we'll call package A. And this is a mixture of vintage things along with a few extras that I kind of pulled in to kind of bring everything together. So I kind of tried to stick with a brightly colored color scheme, kind of a garden summer theme. So it would include a lot of floral things, flower themed things. Also I have a couple of food themed things too that just kind of bring in those colors and everything and bring in the idea of summer. So you'll kind of see that in here too. So let me start with, I'm going to set this aside. And every single thing in this package is usable, which is nice. That's the whole idea too of kind of repurposing things. When you make junk journals, you use everything, and you grab things from around the house and you can add them to your journals. Like anything goes with it. And I figured I want this to be a completely usable thing where you basically, when you're done with it, you have nothing left and when you make your journals. So let me start. I'll talk about these things at the end. There's about 35 plus pieces in this pack, and I tried to include lots of color, lots of texture, because I know when you make journals, you like to have the crinkly parts and the different kind of rough parts, smooth parts, that kind of thing. It's nice to have all those different things in a journal. So I kind of tried to put a little bit of everything in there. I'll save this one. Let's start with the base here. So I have some book pages here too, and then I have everything clipped together with this little clip here. So I'm going to just carefully take this off. You'll get a burlap bow, and you can add a little foam dot to it. You can, hot glue it to your page. I like to use these bows are really nice because they're kind of stiff, but then they have the burlap feel to them, and it's nice for the side of a page. I've used it to decorate actual scrapbook paper. Sometimes I have had one piece of paper where the bow just sort of blended into the paper and it looked really nice, and I had used the paper as kind of a pocket, and then this was kind of on the outside of the pocket. So I think these are really nice. So you get a little burlap bow, you get the little gold paper clip with it. This is kind of a nice bigger paper clip. A little piece of burlap, colored burlap. This is bright blue. And then all these pages are wrapped in a piece of ledger paper, just like the basic kind of green colored ledger paper. So you can use that for journaling and that kind of thing. And then you'll get this is a vintage book page. This is of wildflowers. And then this is a recipe. I tried to pick recipes that were kind of summery feeling, so I like this picture with the orange and the yellow flowers there for some pie. And then this is a garden from a garden book. This is a kind of a patio theme, how to design a patio, so I thought that had kind of a summery look to it. And then you get a vintage greeting card. So it may or may not have writing on the inside. I'm not sure. I don't think they do. But these are definitely vintage. So I've got that one, and they all have like a flower theme. Here's a doily. And then this is a piece of vintage wrapping paper. I found a ton of this at an antique store or antique mall, and so it was really nice. So I thought this would be a nice piece. You could use it as a like kind of it's a thinner paper, so you could add it as a page. You could decorate a thicker scrapbook page with it. You could make a pocket with it. There's a lot of different things you could do with it. And it's big enough you could kind of fold it in half if you have a smaller journal and use it as a signature even. And then finally you get a vintage advertising page this is from a Sears catalog too, and it's got kind of the garden theme too. So I thought these would be kind of fun for journals. And then, so you get that. And then let me show you the little smaller pieces of ephemera here. So I have in this bag here, again, this is something you can use. It's a glassine bag that I decorated with a little coaster on the front. And then inside of that, there's just a lot of little cards. So I have this is a vintage playing card with kind of a little floral theme. And then you get a little lacy tag. And then I thought jam was a good kind of summery themed thing. So you get a little jam recipe card. You get a plant card. So this is like a card of the month club. But this was for plants, so it's just got flowers on the front of that. This is a vintage bingo card, and I like the green. I thought that kind of pulled everything together in the package. This is a vintage inspired postcard, a couple of those right here. And then this is another little floral book page too from a vintage book. And then an envelope with just a pretty flower on the front of it. I just thought that would be nice. And then a little napkin that is a lemon slice. And I thought that would be kind of fun too. You could use this, for its own page. You could even use it as a little pocket. You could glue it down with the edges onto a book page. So there's a lot you can do with these things. So it's just nice. It's got lots of different colors and textures. So I just thought this would be good. So that's kind of the medium size ephemera that comes in here. And then I've really loved using my sewing machine recently. And so I was just kind of making some little clustered ephemera, and they're always nice to put in journals. So I made a little, each pack will have an ephemera cluster like this one, and it's actually a journaling card on the back. So it's just a little index card. So you can use it for journaling. And then the front this is a felt cutout, and then just some ribbon and just a little words on the front right here. And then inside of this little bag, I just embellished it with like a little applique here. And these are just little pieces like buttons and things like that are always nice to put on the front of pages. And these are from my own collection. I've been collecting buttons for years and years, and I've been drawn to really bright colored and different textured buttons. So fabric and these little cabochons with the flat back. So I thought these would be fun for a page. I have a big paper clip that's included too. I have tons of these and I love them. They're nice to kind of keep papers together. And these were really pretty, these floral binder clips. So this is always useful for something. You could clip it on the top of a page and clip a piece of paper for journaling with it. It would just be kind of a fun look with the flower. This is a floral metal brad. I just like the shape of that and the bright color. I thought that was nice. And then just some buttons, some assorted buttons. I tried to include, when I use embellishments like buttons and enamel dots and things like that, I try to use them in odd numbers. So 3s, 5s, probably no more than 5 usually on a page or on a card or any type of like journaling page I make. So I tried to include various sizes. So, because usually what I like to do is I'll take a larger piece to decorate my page. I'll take a larger one here, and then I'll take a smaller little, like a flower like this, and put it right next to it. And then say there's like some writing or a phrase or something right here. This will kind of draw attention to it. And then I'll kind of close up the phrase by adding another, brightly colored piece to it along the bottom. And it kind of makes that triangle pattern, which is always pleasing to the eye in the design world. And so I try to include different sizes so that you can use them like that. So you have this big button here. You could mix that in with that and do that. There's a metal, like a little metal flower, which is kind of fun with the little adhesive on the back there. You could use that, mix that up with a button here, like maybe a small button, and then use like this is a cloth flat back button too. So, and these are all, except for this one and this one, they all have flat backs on them. So all you have to do is use glue dots or, whatever you like to use, whatever adhesive you like to use, and they just glue right down. So I like these hearts too. They're little cloth hearts. And these flowers are my favorite. So anyway, I thought that would be fun to add. And so that's it for package A. And these will be $15 in my shop, and it's free shipping too. So that's all included in there. So I'll show you the other package too. It's very similar, but this will give you an idea. If there's, like I said, if there's something special you're looking for, a certain color that you want more than another one. So let me go ahead and kind of get this out of the way. So this is package B. And again, you get pretty much the same type of thing in the package. The only difference is just, the book pages, and I did a different color of burlap for this one. This is a bright green one. I thought this was so pretty too. I couldn't decide between the green and the blue color, so I put one in each. And then you get one of the little paper clips here, and you get another burlap bow. And then everything, you get the ledger paper, and then you still get the two of the wildflower pages, a little dessert page. This is another garden page with a patio on it, doily, wrapping paper, and then this is just a different catalog page. So this one has roses on it, and it's got kind of a description on the back. So those are the big pieces. And then this is the ephemera piece that I made for this one. Again, it's a journal. You can journal on the back of it. And then on the front is just kind of a layered tag with this felt flower cut out here, and just some ribbon and some stitching. And so these are fun to make. I really had fun trying out different types of stitching with it too. So, and it just kind of gives it that fun homemade look. And then in this little package here, you still get the little glassine bag. And there's just a couple of different things in here, because I don't have a lot of the same thing when it comes to vintage things. So except for these, I have a lot of these bingo cards. So you get a bingo card, you get another vintage style postcard. I actually had 2 strawberry jams, so you get one in this one too. The envelope with the lace tag. Another little girl with a flower. This postcard, this is vintage inspired postcard. Different plant card here, and a different, this is another vintage greeting card, which is an anniversary card, and then a little lemon slice napkin. And then, and again, all this stuff can be used. And then I think the ephemera in this one is almost the same. I had a couple of the same colors. The only thing different in this one is you get a purple daisy, a little purple metal daisy in this one. But you get the same, the same different textured buttons. They're all mostly flat backed buttons, and the little floral buttons too, and a little binder clip as well. So that is everything. These will be available in my shop right now. So go ahead and head over there. I have some other things that I have in my vintage shop are, I've got just some other types of junk journal supplies you could use, like the plant cards and the recipe cards, and then some other vintage items too that I had found that I thought would be fun to put in the shop too. So you can definitely take a look at that. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in my next video.